Welcome to Geneijin 101. This episode is going to cover Oro, and this is going to be part 1 of 2. This part is going to, this is being split up into 2 parts because Oro's hitbox and body type is a mixture of Alex, Twins, Remy, and Ibuki. Whereas there are a lot of things that are inconsistent on him inside of Zenpo and inside of the Enders and stuff. And there's also some character-specific things for resets that make things either worth it or not worth it. So because Zenpo Tension is going to take a very long time, I'm going to make that its own video. Although Oro is not a very highly played character in the United States, if you go over to Japan, you will see it a lot. And also, in the United States, there are a couple good Oro players, so having your combos ready is going to help you out. So, the first part of this video, is going to talk about Enders, corner combos, advanced corner combos, and resets. Video number 2 is going to talk about Zenpo Tension. So it's basically going to be the same setup that we would normally do for the other videos, but Zenpo is going to be its own video. So let's talk about the different Enders. Different Enders that Yun has on him are Medium Punch Shoulder, Walk Crouch Medium Punch Up Kicks, Fire Stand Heavy Punch, Medium Punch Shoulder. After this, depending on the range of your Fire Stand Heavy Punch, or your Medium Punch Shoulder, if you don't walk a little bit, you may or may not be able to get Crouching Medium Punch Up Kicks. If you are not, then you can do Forward Fierce into Beater build, or you can do Heavy Punch Shoulder, or Medium Punch Shoulder, into Dash Punch. Now, one of them leaves you in range for Oki, the other one does not leave you in range for anything other than to keep your opponent out of the corner, or in the corner, I should say. Light kick, dive kick, as an example off of this, will get hit with like Oro standing heavy kick, so you have to have a good understanding of how to keep him in the corner, whiffing crouching medium kicks, far stand medium kick, air to airs and stuff like that. Other than that, you have the dash punch stuff. So off of a dash punch, you have medium punch shoulder, crouch medium punch up kicks. Only if the dash punch is done immediately after whatever move comes before it. Otherwise, it's going to be dash punch delayed, or if you delay your dash punch after your move, for example after a palm, you can get a side swap ender like you would on Dudley or Alex. The difference is that not only can you get standing heavy punch, but also like Shotos or Hugo or Necro, you can also get dash punch afterward. So other than that, it's just going to be simple heavy punch, medium punch, shoulder into dash punch, and then you also have Kara standing medium kick into either the medium punch shoulder, crouch medium punch up kicks, or the delay medium punch shoulder into the side swap ender. So we'll talk about all the different combos and we'll showcase the different enders. And like every other character, getting a dash punch into standing medium kick allows you to do neutral jump or a super jump neutral and do a dive kick, light kick, medium kick, or hard kick depending on the situation. And then going for crouching medium punch and up kicks. That'll be used more in the Zenpo Tension part of this. So, going over combos, you have the universal combo for medium kick, stand medium punch, palm. If you've gone over any of the other videos that I've put out, you've seen that. So, as you can see there, I did not delay my dash punch, and Oro stayed in the corner after the medium punch shoulder. Now, the longer you delay it, there is a chance that they will fall too far to allow for the side swap mix-up. But as you can see there, that's one of the situations that you want to have happen because it does give you 2 options. Now the dash punch whiffed, but even if you whiff the dash punch, you're right next to your opponent, similar to how it works on the twins, but you can still get your standing heavy punch. You can also just go for straight crush medium punch up kicks, regardless of the side that Oro lands on, but you will have to jump over him for whatever it is that you plan on doing. You can also reset him with crouching medium punch. After this, although it doesn't give you a lot of meter, it puts you a little bit closer to him. Max range for far stand medium punch, which does not combo into anything, or crouching medium kick. Decent range for stand heavy punch, decent range for light punch shoulder, and then you have dive kicks into shenanigans. So if you immediately do a medium or a jump forward, super jump forward, medium kick or heavy kick, dive kick, you'll cross up, you'll be mid-screen, but your opponent's back will still be to the corner. Other than that, you have the variations that will allow you to get the double, the double shoulders. Now, if you're able to walk the 2 whole steps that you need, and you walk forward for your medium punch shoulder, you can get crush medium punch up kicks like I talked about earlier, but otherwise it's relatively inconsistent. As you can see there, because I didn't get the whole 2 steps, I got one in a micro step, my crouch medium punch up kicks was not able to connect with Oro. So I find it inconsistent, so I don't bother with that. Off of the double shoulder, it's best to do the options that I was talking about earlier. Forward fierce into meter build. Or just heavy dash punch. So, outside of the universal combo, for basic combos, you have the beginner combo, which is either forward medium kick, forward fierce times 2 into the ender, which is not terrible damage. Or you have the forward medium kick times 3, standing heavy punch, forward medium kick, heavy punch, dash punch, and then you have your ender. So those are the 2 easiest combos, other than the universal combo. And then we have the twin combos. You have to be able to react to side swaps, because sometimes they will and sometimes they will not side swap. I haven't been able to determine if it's based off of delayed shoulders or whatever, but if you want to keep your opponent 100% cornered and you cannot react to the side swap into the forward fierce, stand fierce, or forward fierce into counter dash punch, then I highly suggest just going for a light punch shoulder into dash punch. You can also do it in the reverse order with 2 medium kicks, and then 3. But if you do it that way, your timing on your shoulder has to be impeccable, otherwise it can be a little bit difficult to hit. So as you can see there, he didn't cross over that time. And sometimes you can't even get your shoulder. So this is why I don't like this combo, is because although it is old and simple, it is not the most consistent. let me try to get the dash punch ender, just to showcase that it does work. There we go. So as far as advanced combos go, this is where it gets a little interesting, because almost every advanced combo works on him. Obviously, I'm not even going to bother showcasing Daipon Loop, because we know that it works on every character in the game. So, you have the advanced version of the universal combo with Kara Heavy Punch instead of walk forward medium punch. This is probably your most consistent combo as far as the damage output versus the amount of extra execution required. After that, we have the difficult universal combo, and that is the walk forward Kara standing heavy punch, walk forward palm times 3 into whatever. It does basically the same damage as the advanced universal combo, because forward medium kick makes up the difference in damage between standing heavy punch and getting an extra palm. So it's almost identical. Then we have forward medium kick times 2 and a light kick Kara palm. But this one is a lot more difficult to do because it's hard to get the side swap consistently unless you're doing like light punch shoulder, or light punch dash punch, sorry. So it's very difficult to get consistently, the palm as well, because of how his body type drops and the time that you need on your forward medium kicks. As you can see there, it dropped. So for this one, I suggest doing medium punch dash punch as opposed to the heavy punch dash punch in order to get your ender. Now, you can take it a step further, and you can do forward medium kick into Kara palm. But this one is a lot more difficult because you do have to take 1.5 micro steps, or 1.5 steps before your forward medium kick. Otherwise, or before every forward medium kick, otherwise you will not be in range for your Kara palm. This one is extremely difficult to get consistently, which is why you will not often see players go for it. Not even the most execution-heavy yuns like Hyacinth, Shinta, or Saryu, or even Sho in some situations. But if I can't get it consistently, then it's not something that I would ever suggest someone going for. But as you can see there, it does work. It's the highest damage that you can get in a single combo, outside of 5 Kara palms. But 5 Kara palms on this character is also very difficult because of the way that his body drops. So, you have to do a walk forward Kara palm for your first one. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And my execution today is terrible. Getting Kara palms into your ender is extremely difficult as well, which is why I don't suggest doing it, because it's way too inconsistent. Unless you're wanting to do a light punch shoulder into like dash punch or something as your ender, you're not going to get that great of an ender. Ideally, you're going to end up in situations where you get the most damage and meter from your enders for all of your combos against every character. And doing purely Kara palms against him is not something that you want to be doing. You can do for medium kick into palm, into Kara palm, but it is a little bit harder to do. Or forward medium kick, sorry, carapom and a double carapom. You can also just do forward medium kick into double carapom against him, which would yield higher damage than the universal combo version. But it is more difficult. You also have just forward stand heavy punch, and carapoms, and then your ender, which is basically the same damage as the universal combo with forward medium kicks like I talked about earlier. So that pretty much covers everything as far as that goes, other than the close standing medium kick ender, or the Kara standing medium kick. The opponent can cross over, depending on how far forward you get to walk for your Kara standing medium kick, as well as your positioning and timing for your shoulder. So I'll see if I can get him to cross up once or twice, but just know that it does work. There we go. So both situations can occur, and you can force both situations, depending on the timing and if you walk forward before your medium punch shoulder. So now we're going to talk about resets. So one of the most important things about resets is understanding what your opponent's choices are and how they can get out of your reset. Anytime that Oro hits the ground after a reset, he can do EX chicken kicks and be off the ground frame 1. He can also do EX uppercut and hit whatever move that you decide to do. So it's a rock, paper, scissors game inside of a rock, paper, scissors game. So not only do you have to guess if they're going to block or if they're going to parry, you have to guess if they're going to do chicken kicks or if they're going to do EX uppercut, in which case if you want to punish the uppercut, you have to you have to block. And the chicken kicks is hard to showcase. I believe dash into heavy punch, dash punch will hit him out of it, or that you can just heavy punch, dash punch if the spacing is correct, like if he's cornered or something. But mid-screen it will cause screen pull and you won't be able to hit him. So it's not something that you really want to be going for, in my opinion. But so you'd have to block this because he's off the ground frame 1, but you can hit him with dash punch. You should be able to hit him with shoulder. So it is punishable, but he's off the ground frame 1. So it gets out of it and you must block it. So there's 2 situations where you're forced to block, and there's also 2 situations in which your opponent can just get out of the corner or get out of the situation. So it's best not to go for knockdown, either hard knockdown resets, like the standing heavy kick one, like this, like that one, or doing any reset where your opponent can land and going for Zempo tension, because it's super risky to do so. So what does that leave? Mid-screen, you have a few options. If you are going to do the jumping head medium kick one, As you can see there, it's not that good because Oro lands before you. Now the reason for this is because of his body type, and you have to use heavy kick, or heavy punch shoulder, as opposed to medium punch shoulder, which is what you can use on most people. So medium punch shoulder, if you time it correctly, you can get it to work, but as you can see there, if you delay anything, or you don't get the proper timing on your jump, you're not going to hit him. You have a little more leeway with the heavy kick one, or heavy punch shoulder. So the way around this is to do medium punch shoulder, walk forward, Kara standing medium kick, and then do the jump. Now it's a little bit difficult to do, because you do have to do 2 steps, I believe. No, it's 1.5. So it's 1.5 steps, and then you do your Kara. So this is going to make you land before him, which means that you get your mix-up in the air. Otherwise, you just have the universal overhead set up. It's pretty simple. So now, if your opponent's cornered, you have the universal overhead, bar stand medium kick into jump medium kick, shoulder into jump medium kick, and then you also have shoulder into, palm into target combo. And in some cases, it's very difficult to hit him with the target combo. So while it does work, I don't suggest it. So you can do dash punch into target combo. You can do palms into it, but it's very difficult timing wise. And because of that, I wouldn't suggest doing it. Otherwise, as far as Zempo tension resets go, you don't really want to be going for the jump heavy kick one, because no matter what up kicks you do, you're not going to be able to get under your opponent unless you do medium punch. And medium punch, it's very difficult to get the forward fierce that you would want, because if you walk too far, you get stand fierce, and if you hit back at all, you get stand fierce. So it's not worth going for in that situation. And if you try to do the light kick one, you can get that to work, like the Nito Zempo tension reset, and that works on Oro, but you give away your option here, because if you try to stay on the opposite side of your opponent, you can't. You can't walk back to the other side. So you're committing to landing on the other side of your opponent. The only time that you can get back to the other side is if you do the forward heavy punch, and if they block it, they can punish you. Or some characters can punish you. Now, when you're going for the jump heavy kick one, as you can see there, I held forward, and he just falls in a way that doesn't let him reset. So if you were to like try to do the reset off of this, as you can see there, this would work on Makoto and a lot of other characters, but against Oro, you cannot walk under him. So his landing animation and how far his body stretches down seems to be a little wonky. So this is going to be the end of part 1, and part 2 will be next. That's going to cover Zempo tension. There's going to be a lot of information, so enjoy.